Pride, everybody! Every color on the pride flag is a symbol in the sky. Red, light orange, healing, yellow is sunlight. Green, nature, blue, harmony, purple is spirit. Baby blue, pink, white represent transgender people. And black and brown represent the queer and trans people of color.
Puny God.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Coordinator. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We have another classic get woke, go broke moment. This time, the nominee, the inductee is Nickelodeon. That's right, the children's cartoon channel. This may shock and surprise you, but that's right. Ratings have absolutely plummeted on a channel in which they've never had more active eyes. They've never had, between lockdowns, homeschooling, distance learning, parents working from home, they've never had a better opportunity to have kids tuning in, and ratings have plummeted. Why? If only there was something I could point to. If there was some sort of, I don't know, directional change for the network, trying to push woke politics onto kids who just want to watch SpongeBob. If that was, if that was perhaps maybe part of it, you know, I'm not sure. It's definitely, you know. Oh, yes. That's exactly what it was. We can go back early June, Nickelodeon pushing a new song sung by a drag queen in its stark reminder that we're living in very dark times. Of course, children's TV network Nickelodeon is pulling out all the pro-LGBTQ stops for Pride Month. The latest example is a video for kids that normalizes all sorts of stuff being performed by a drag queen, Nina West. Now, hey, no disrespect to Nina West. Get paid. Drag, I believe, is an art, and you know, it's not hurting anybody, it's not infringing on anybody's rights, therefore it's all aces. You know, it's not for me, but so what? This was, you know, just the beginning. I wonder if likes and dislikes are even enabled or disabled on this. Nope, no likes, no dislikes, put out onto YouTube. Kids, again, the message isn't necessarily a bad one, that, you know, everyone, you know, kids should grow up accepting everybody for who they are. It's the same message that I had when I was a kid. But it gets into this gray area where a television network that is obviously has a young audience of kids that parents had trusted to air SpongeBob and Rugrats and all sorts of stuff, so, you know, parents could get 30 minutes to themselves to, you know, clean up a little bit around the house or make dinner, and then they walk out of the room and now they're being kind of thrust into having this conversation with their kids about what a furry is or something like that. You can see a lot of, obviously, people tweeting, "Cancel Nickelodeon now." Political advisor Derek Utley tweeted in a reaction clip, "We're living in very dark times, pure evil. Be careful what your kids and family watch." Another user word. "God has destroyed cities for less." You know, obviously people having varying ranges of, you know, anger about this. But again, you know, here, Rugrats Go Woke, reboot of show with kids in diapers to feature a lesbian single mom. Again, are these conversations that parents should have with their kids? Probably at some point. But I know, I mean, you see, making Betty gay on Rugrats is just performative wokeness, and I'm so tired. It was already subversive to have a woman who was not traditionally feminine married to a more effeminate male. Erasing this is not nearly as progressive as making a new openly gay character would be. So all of the pandering, you know, that you get is never enough from the particular community that you're pandering to, and now you've run off all of the parents that, you know, didn't feel like it was Nickelodeon's place to be thrusting this upon their young audience. Nickelodeon ratings crash after recent LGBTQ plus woke virtue signaling. The identity politics technique for gaining popularity isn't working out so well for the TV channel centered around kids. Recent reporting suggests that if Viacom-owned channel is trying to get woke for the sake of ratings, the plan isn't working. The Meaning of Pride video uploaded to the Nickelodeon YouTube channel on June 5th doesn't even allow for ratings, a common feature on a site that is active for other recent videos in the Nickelodeon catalog. That means no likes, no dislikes, no comments. It wasn't the first time the network brought out the drag queen Nina West. Back at the end of May, Blue's Clues program decided to have a pride parade that went as far as showcasing cartoon animals that had certain changing medical procedures. A decision that brought a video to a staggering 88,000 dislikes. But the social media behavior of Nickelodeon brand indicates the company is fully on board with their current political posturing. You can see it gets better every time we watch it. And if you look at this tweet, it's like they don't care. They get ratioed into oblivion. I mean, at the end of the day, you're pandering to what, less than 5% of the population. Nick at night during the day, yeesh. Here's the thing. Nick, generally speaking, a lot of parents like to instill their own values to their children and let them make up their own minds when they become adults. Literally brainwashing kids. I mean, again, like I said, no more Nickelodeon subscription for Junior. To Gitmo with you. My son is 12. For the very first time, he watched Nickelodeon the other day. Completely unprompted, he came up to me and asked me, why are they showing kids this junk? I concur. I mean, yes, there are people out there that, you know, have a very strong reaction to this type of stuff. I don't know. For me, it starts and stops with why is Nickelodeon why is Nickelodeon sporting the clenched fist of communism? Is that why you hid the dislike to like ratio? I mean, nobody's asking for this. According to a site called Pirates and Princesses, the ratings for Nickelodeon are stagnating. Since July of 2017, Nickelodeon's viewership has dropped from 1.3 million average viewers per week to a June of 2021 of only 372,000. In only 4 years, Nickelodeon has dropped more than 2/3 of its audience. That's catastrophically bad for the cable channel. But with cable on the way out, maybe it's not so bad. The catch here is that, in fact, the bad and perhaps worse simply because Nickelodeon seems to be primary driving force behind the new subscribers to Paramount Plus. Now, this article, by the way, is by Nick Monroe and available on the Post Millennial. To put it another way, the streaming wars has Paramount heavily leaning on Nickelodeon to develop their brand identity. Services like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon are at the head of the pack because they've managed to deliver on content. There's something that Nickelodeon is currently trying to do, but for them, that means making SpongeBob spin-offs, resurrecting the likes of iCarly and the Rugrats. In the case of the latter, the network plans to bank on identity politics even further by retconning one of the parents as lesbian despite having a husband in the original series. You could see the Daily Wire, Nickelodeon rating crash amid their push. Now, obviously, I think, to be fair, the ratings were probably going down anyway. I think that, you know, a more accurate number would have been seen, you know, if it was like in the weeks after this commercial aired, ratings went down X amount. But Nickelodeon has been pushing kind of this woke stuff for quite some time. If you look at their Twitter account, what was it, like 6 months ago? They had some like news report about white privilege and global warming or something like that, Nick News. And of course, they disabled comments on that as well. I mean, you have, in the last 2 weeks, both Nickelodeon and its preschool's targeted network, Nick Jr., have released videos championing trans, queer, pan inclusion. One video sparked mass outrage, depicted a cartoon version of a drag queen singing about various groups. And then, obviously, Blue's Clues and You, a show for 2 to 5 year olds. A video that showed the same female to male trans beaver who appeared to have post-op surgical scars on its chest. I mean, I understand I really do. And I know that I have members of the LGBTQ community in my audience. And I won't go so far as to say as like this stuff is evil and should never be, never be available to be viewed. What I think is this stuff is prompts a conversation that parents parents should be deciding when their kids are ready for, not Nickelodeon, not some just out of college millennial who thinks that it's stunning and brave to force this conversation on parents. I just don't think that you can expect for that to end well, and it obviously hasn't as ratings continue to plummet. If that's what Nickelodeon wants, if Nickelodeon wants to continue to push parents away, and push back against traditional family values, that's their choice. But I think there are ways that you can talk about inclusion and being accepting of all people without being propagandistic, which is what this stuff appears to be. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.